The following is an exclusive presentation of Jefferson Pilot Sports, a division of Jefferson Pilot Financial.
One of the great traditions in college football, to the strains of 2001, South Carolina takes the field. They're hosting Arkansas. The month of November adds two new words to the college football dictionary: bowl eligible. For South Carolina, November has shown no mercy. Since 2001, the Gamecocks are 0-8, finishing each season one game shy of postseason play. But a win today over the Razorbacks will send the red and black bowling in 2004. For Arkansas, November has brought nothing but success, but the Hogs must win 3 of their final 4 games to send them bowling for a 7th straight year. So get fired up for an East-West showdown as Arkansas and South Carolina face off in Columbia. This is why everybody moves to the south. A day like this, temperatures in the 60s, not a cloud in the sky. We've got a dandy today in Columbia, Arkansas and South Carolina. Hi everyone, Bill Rosinski alongside Dave Rowe, and we've set it up for you. It's about making the bowls, and you know what, Dave? Lou Holtz hasn't had much luck lately when he gets to 5 wins. On the other hand, Arkansas, they know what to do late in the year.
Absolutely, Bill. There's an old saying in college football, people remember November. And for South Carolina, they don't want to remember November. They think this is a brand new November. But for Houston Nutt, he is 9-1 in the last 2 seasons in November. So they know what to do when they get to this part of the season.
All right, so let's go to our keys to the game, Dave. Brought to you by Toyota. What's going to have to happen today?
Well, first of all, for Arkansas, it's simple. Matt Jones, what he does running the football is incredible. He's got good stats as a passer. He's an excellent completion, has an excellent completion record. But when he gets in the secondary and he's running the football, he is unbelievable. For South Carolina, just open it up. Last week, Bill, against Tennessee, they went 5 wideouts. They spread them out. They had an incredible 4th quarter. Pinkins had over 230 yards passing. They need to do that early.
All right, there's our coaches for this afternoon. Of course, Houston Nutt, and he's done a great job since taking over. Now in his 7th year, a couple of SEC titles, and you can see the numbers against South Carolina. 5-1. They've won 5 of the last 6, including the last 3 in a row, and that included a shutout win here at Williams-Brice Stadium just a couple of years ago. And there's the man. Is he on the hot seat here in Columbia? Well, if you talk to him, he still enjoys coaching in this game, and that's Lou Holtz. He has not had much luck against Arkansas, and as we said in our open, we're talking about making it to a bowl game this season. And South Carolina, 5 wins the last 2 years, never got to the 6th. They hope to get it this afternoon against the Razorbacks. Here's the kickoff, and our football game is underway. High, deep, end over end, not returnable, and the Razorbacks will come out at the 20-yard line, 1st down and 10. Well, you've heard the hype about Matt Jones, and this kid is for real. There are his numbers this season. And he is the total offensive average leader, 264 yards a game. This guy, Dave, can do it all, running and throwing the ball. And they say when he gets out loose, when he's out in the open, that's when he's at his best.
Well, that's why when he gets outside, Bill, he puts 2 pressures on you. First of all, it takes a lot more receivers. You got a lot more time in the pattern. But then he's such a threat to run the football.
And they'll run it on 1st down. This is DeCorey Birmingham, and he takes it up for a few yards across the 25 to the 27-yard line. Let's take a look at our Chevy starting lineups, and there is Marcus Monk. This kid is 6'6", already 5 touchdowns as a freshman this season. Offensive line, Gene Perry, the veteran there, and they've had a little shake-up. 3 different offensive right tackles. Robert Felton starts today. 2nd down and 4 for the Razorbacks, and you'll see a lot of this, the shotgun. Option Jones, and a nice play, good defensive play. Fred Bennett, one of the corners, makes the tackle. And let's take a look at the South Carolina starting defensive line. And there's Mo Thompson. his numbers against Tennessee last week, and Marquis Hall gets a start today. Thorne and Gauze also up front for Lou Holtz's team. Rodriguez Wilson, he started off originally recruited as a quarterback, but now one of the fine linebackers on the Gamecock roster. And Coach Simpson, just a freshman, and they call him a ball hawk on this defense. Barnett and Tyler will get a workout today at the corners. First down, another running play, and not much happening this time for South. Birmingham carried the football. Gauze in on the tackle. And let's welcome to our broadcast, first time on the sidelines, Jen Hildreth. Jen, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great, guys. The atmosphere down here is just incredible. You can kind of feel the hairs on your arms stand up during that open when all the players ran out. And being senior day here today with 23 seniors for the University of South Carolina, they want that first SEC win at home real bad, and they are fired up over here on the South Carolina sideline.
2nd and 9. We're going to look at Matt Jones out in the shotgun formation. Wide side of the field to the right. He might spread that way. Nope. Now he'll throw, and it's high. Monkey intended receiver.
And that was interesting because I thought for a second that Matt Jones would take off running, Bill. He got the feel of doing it, but looks like South Carolina's designed a defense where they're going to come out, they're going to shadow him and keep him in the pocket.
Houston not looking at his defense, and they gave up a bunch of yards in their last game. They're coming off, they should be looking at his offense that has put up some incredible numbers this season. But unfortunately, the defense also giving up a lot of yards.
And now if you're South Carolina, do you try to put pressure on them? You risk flushing them out of the pocket.
Plenty of time, and the ball broken up. Great defensive play in the secondary.
Well, that was Jameisha Jackson. That was a great play. Little tail coming across the field. You're going to see it coming this way, and watch him just dive out there. Just gets a hand out there. You see him get that hand on the backside there? Wow.
So 4th down, punting situation for Arkansas.
Now I said that was Jackson, excuse me. That was Rodriguez Wilson, the backer at number 11, but super play.
There's the punt by Davis. Fair catch called for. Whoop, drop, but he holds on to it at the 27-yard line. Also a flag on the play.
Yeah, one of the defenders flashed by him, maybe got inside that little zone where you can't bother him, you distract him.
43-yard punt.
And they do that to protect the receiver. And he signals fair catch. You just have to get away from him.
And it's going against Arkansas. Matt Austin's our referee. Let's take a look at our Alltel players to watch for today's game. They're, of course, Matt Jones and Demetrius Summers. Which one of these players do you think will have the most impact in today's action? To vote, use your Alltel wireless phone and send a text message to the number on the screen with the letter of the player you choose. Or visit jpsports.com to vote online. We'll have the voting results for you in the second half. In at quarterback, Dondrell Pinkins. Redshirt senior out of Camilla, Georgia, and you watched him last week, Dave. He had a great second half against Tennessee.
That 4th quarter, 230 yards passing, he was unstoppable.
But they'll run it on first down, and this is Summers, and he's across the 45 before he's gang tackled up across the 46-yard line. Take a look at the South Carolina starting backs, and there's a big play receiver, Troy Williamson, 6 touchdown catches also this season. And they'd like to get a lot more out of Demetrius Summers, as was already talked about in the running game. Jabari Levy anchors a pretty strong offensive line. This group has been pretty much together all season long. Another running play. This time it's Summers, and not much there. So it'll be 3rd down and long coming up for South Carolina. And let's take a look now at the starting lineup for the Arkansas defense. And there is Huckabee, 5 sacks. He had 3 of those in the game against Georgia. Dixon Harrell and Harris also up front. Olajubutu leads the linebacking core. And in the secondary, there you see Robinson. Change there. Chris Houston gets to start in this game today. Their secondary has been picked apart in recent weeks. Here is a pass, and this one is picked off. Upfield to Kel Vaughn. And I don't think anybody's catch him, and they won't. It's a touchdown for Arkansas.
What a mistake by Pinkins on the play. He went to 5 wideouts. He had a blitz from his weak side. The pressure may have distracted. He's going to see pressure coming from his left, the right of your screen. You can see, you can almost feel that pressure. But he just threw a dart right in there to Vaughn. Again, you're going to see him drop back right there. You see Vaughn right there. He's reading it right there. Look at him. He's got the ball zeroed in. Just playing the quarterback's eyes, steps right in front, and he's off to the races.
52-yard interception return for a touchdown for Mikel Vaughn, and the extra point is good. Well, all of a sudden, the full house here in Columbia in a state of shock. When we come back, South Carolina gets the ball back. Right now, Arkansas leads 7-0.
One of the things
Mikel Vaughn with his second interception of the season. This one good for a touchdown. And let's go back down on the sideline to Jen.
Well, guys, Mikel Vaughn was the most improved player coming out of spring. You just saw why he is so valuable to this team. And I tell you what, he's got 2 people back in Arkansas cheering him on. His twin sister, Rochelle, and his little sister, Brittany, both members of the Lady Razorback basketball team. Mikel made both his sisters a dinner of nachos earlier this week, and he said he really loves having the family around. And something Rochelle said, guys, was, we're all kind of competitive. We hate to lose to anyone. You just saw that competitive streak there by Mikel Vaughn getting hogged on the board early.
There's a kickoff very high and short. Up back will take it fair. Catch and fumble, and Arkansas is going to get at the football again. Oh my goodness, another special teams mistake. Fred Bennett called for a fair catch, hit him right in the number, and the ball fell to the turf. And it looks like Arkansas's got it.
Well, if you look at the shadows on the field, see how high the ball is? He's looking back into the sun. I think that the sun had something distracted him there because he's looking straight back into the sun. See the way the shadows are back this way? That means he's looking back, straight back into the sun. That's Brian Brownlee who fumbles, and he's a tight end. He's not supposed to fumble, but looking back up there just blinded him for a second.
So the officials are discussing something here. I don't know whether they want to make sure that the South Carolina player actually touched the football.
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
We have an inadvertent whistle while the ball was loose from the kick. By rule, the ball will be re-kicked.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow. Oh, if you're a Houston Nut, you're having a heart attack right now. Look at Houston Nut. They said that there was an inadvertent whistle during the kick. So by rule, they have to re-kick. If Houston Nut could find out who blew that whistle, he'd never blow another whistle. Oh, my goodness. What a turnaround, Bill. They had the ball at the, 25-yard line.
Yeah, wow. Well.
Oh, I wouldn't want to be standing next to that man.
And Lou Holtz, of course. And he's thinking, wow,
He's probably
I
thinking,
dodged one there.
dodged. Boy, oh, boy.
Well, remember, Lou told us yesterday, he said, we want to play this game like we're 14 points behind.
Yeah.
Well, he almost was.
He almost had his wish. He said, we want to play like we're 14 behind, but not really. But what a huge turnaround. Goodness gracious. But, you know, it's a decent rule, because what happens is when you hear that whistle, a lot of players let up, they ease up, and, you know, not that it really affected that play, but you got to play by rules. So by the officials' call, it's a good rule.
David Carlton will do the honors again. Let's see where this kick goes, whether they try the same thing again or kick it deeper. Same thing, angle it towards a Brownlee, another fair catch, and he catches this one and then runs into a teammate but holds on to the ball. Ran into Andre Gauze. Oh man. Now let's listen in here on this play on the first kick to see if we can hear the whistle. And short.
Yep.
Did you hear it?
Yeah, I did hear it. I sure did. Those microphones on the sideline pick it all up. What a difference. Let's see what South Carolina does with the ball now. You have a break like that. That's a huge break. Now Pinkins needs to take a deep breath. Forget about the last one. He's got this spread offense. He just picked them apart last week. They need to get back to doing what they do best.
Good job, but that's short. Not a good throw intended for Troy Williamson. And Dave, let's talk about Pinkins because he's been bothered by a bruise in his shoulder. It's affected the rotator cuff. We've heard from people here that he's been throwing okay. Lou Holtz said it wasn't perfect this week in practice, but now we see a pick, we see a low throw there. You wonder how long he'll be able to go.
Well, when you have a rotator cuff, it's up high in the shoulder, and what it does is when you throw long, he winces. It hurts when he throws long. He has to play through that kind of pain. Once he gets it warmed up, it's not too bad, but he needs to get it warmed up.
Again, out of the shotgun, little screen far side, and here we go upfield. Williamson, plenty of running room, good speed, and finally forced out of bounds by Lorenzo Robinson. Well, maybe that'll get the Gamecocks off the schneid here and gain a little bit of momentum here.
Well, it's a neat pattern. What you do is you run back underneath. Now see the big lineman getting out of there? Now get out of my way. Get moving. Get on down the field there. That's Chris White, number 60. And they just, Troy Williamson, when he gets the football, he's got explosion.
28 yards on the pass play, but of course it was the run after the catch that was the most important part for South Carolina. Again, shotgun, and Dave, let's talk about this strategy here because it worked against Tennessee a week ago, spreading it out. And up the middle, Summers. Great speed, carries a couple of tacklers down to the 23-yard line, including Vatel Vaughn.
And Bill, what that spread offense does for you, it spreads everybody out. You've got to put people all over the field. Now you run it back up inside. Now when Summers gets to the outside, he's got that great speed, sets up a couple good blockers downfield. He sets up Williamson. But again, watch this. You spread them out, bust up through to the inside. You've got them so spread out that you can just, if you burst into the secondary, you're gone downfield. So heads up play, and I know that Lou Holtz and his staff wanted to get Summers off to a fast start.
Well, let's take a breather with all the action we've had here in the first few minutes in Columbia. Arkansas leading 7-0. Back after a word from your local stations.
Michael, I need someone to...
Football brought to you in part by Chevrolet. Gamecock fans smiling now, still trailing 7-0, but they're driving, and here's a reverse coming around on the near sideline. This is Williamson, picks up a block, 10-5, out of bounds there, first and goal, South Carolina. Vatel Vaughn, who's been a busy man here in the early moments of this game, makes the tackle for the Razorbacks.
Interesting, it's a fake one-way, come back the other way. They had people going every different direction. Herman got a good block in there. Williamson gets the ball, uses that speed. They're trying to do a lot of deceptiveness. Arkansas reacts so quickly to the ball. They're trying to use that to an advantage.
Well, they call it the red zone in football, but for South Carolina, it's been the dead zone this year. They need to get a lot better inside the 20, and here they are at the 4. First and goal, quick hitter, up the middle, Turman. And he's down to about the 2-yard line. Well, Dave, Lou gave us 3 good reasons why his team isn't making it in the red zone. And those turnovers, 6 of them on first down.
Yeah, exactly. 6 turnovers. He said foolish penalties, lost yardage. He's absolutely right. They've only tried 4 field goals inside the red zone. So, you know, they've just got to push that ball in there. They've just got to come off there, blow them off the line. Don't get fancy down here.
Plenty of time on the play clock. Dinkins working out of the shotgun, second and goal from the 2. And now I think we got somebody moving forward. There's your penalty.
There's your foolish penalty. It was the up back that was standing there, and he danced around the back of Pinkins. And all of a sudden, I think it was Turman, number 32. He dances around the back of Pinkins and then goes forward. Can't do that. Can't make foolish mistakes in that zone.
False start, number 60 of the offense. It's a 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Well, they called it on Chris White, but they could have called it on Turman, too.
Watch right there. There's the line. You see him starting forward. He actually started forward before the ball. Now, they may have called Chris White for a false start, but Turman also, you can't gain ground when you go in motion. You've got to run lateral or backwards.
Well, you can see third least in the SEC this season, but they've come at crucial times. Second and goal now from the 7-yard line. And coming around the near side again, trying to cut inside. Williamson, he's down to about the 1-yard line. Now a late flag on the play, and what's that for?
Well, I saw one player push the other player, then the other player retaliated and went back at him. Now it's going to be interesting. Flag was thrown back in the end zone. What's the call?
So the officials have been busy. That one was not an inadvertent whistle.
Hey, look at that face right there. That tells you a story.
Let's talk. He had a great quote this week, Lou Holtz, about the red zone. And Lou's an avid golfer, and if you're a member of Augusta, you ought to be an avid golfer. Here's call.
We have a dead ball, personal foul, number 97 of the defense. Dead ball, personal foul, number 22 of the offense. Those penalties offset. Third down.
Well, one on each side, so we'll do it. It was after the play, so it'll be third down. And we'll continue our little Holtz thing. Let's go back down to Jen.
Guys, you talked about the 3 keys. He said why they're not scoring in the red zone. Talk about frustration. He was pacing up and down this sideline, making all kinds of hands gestures. Obviously very frustrated. His team keeps making these same kind of mistakes.
Third and goal, and now we have whistles again. And again, the officials will talk this over. Anyway, what Holtz said this week about his red zone troubles was, it's like playing golf. You had a par 4, you hit a beautiful drive, you hit a great approach shot, you're about 10 feet away, and you 3-putt.
Yeah. And I loved you said, I've done that a lot, Coach.
I have. And there have been a lot of 3-putts for the South Carolina offense in the red zone this year. Let's see if they can make a long one here and stick it in the end zone. Third and goal from about the 2-yard line. Tinkle's going to keep it himself and take it in the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
And Bill, when you weigh 245 pounds and you're a quarterback, you're like a running back, and that's what Dondrell Pinkins did on that play. He just decided right away he's going to get a lead block right there. Now, just follow him in there. Good pickup block in there, just puts the ball down. Again, watch the hole right here. Good block on right there. That's what knocked out the block, and that was Turman again. 32, good solid block.
Josh Brown on to try and tie this football game up. And we are even. Thanks to the inadvertent whistle, South Carolina dodges a big bullet. They go down and score a touchdown. We're tied at 7 in Columbia. We got a dandy going here.
Dry rinse polymer soap. Pure filter technology.
There's Dondrell, who scored a touchdown, 5-yard run, or 2-yard run, completing a real nice drive. 7 plays, 78 yards, just over 2 minutes, and the wide receiver Williamson, a big part of it, 46 combined yards. Good kickoff again, and Bowers drives up through the end zone, and once again, Arkansas will come out to the 20. Well, Lou Holtz this year wanted to change the culture of South Carolina football, and Jenny did it with his own Bible, right?
Something like that, Bill. That's exactly right, though. He said, I want to change the culture here. I want to make these guys really think about their character, want to think about winning. You just saw a lot of character, South Carolina coming back and scoring. This is the so-called Gamecock Bible here. Coach Lou Holtz created this over the summer. He also taught a class on character. But this Bible is filled with different motivational things, inspirational topics, trying to make you think about your character. And I tell you what, the thing for this week was persistence. I will persist until I succeed.
Arkansas will run it on first down, and this is Kyle Dickerson. Excuse me, Darius Howard. Darius Howard with the carry.
It's going to be interesting for me to see how South Carolina responds. You've got to keep them in tight. Just want to slide in there, keep on pinching, don't get knocked down. Rick Minner, the defensive coordinator for South Carolina, said he's got a good scheme. Uses a lot of lateral slide on the line, moves around the football, gets a lot of people there.
2nd and 7. Jones in big trouble, and he gets it away to his tight end, Jared Hicks. But good defense by South Carolina. They stopped him up at the 27-yard line. Ricardo Hurley got into the face of the quarterback.
This is exactly what you have to do with somebody like Jones. You have to bring a Hurley on the backside. He plays his keys, and look, when Jones turns around, he's right there in his face. That's called backside containment. That's what Matt Jones likes to do so well. Fake strong side, come back out, roll out, have that run-pass option.
3rd and 4, Razorbacks. Jones working shotgun. And we've got whistles blowing here, and that means somebody probably moved too soon. Maybe the play clock expired. Not sure.
I think Arkansas sideline has calmed down from the inadvertent whistle finally.
False start. Number 61 of the offense. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
And that's on Robert Felton. Let's take a look at the Aaron's scoreboard, and obviously we're early in this Saturday of college football. North Carolina, let's see if they can keep it consistent after that big win over Miami last week. And no score in West Virginia.
Big down here, 3rd down and 9. Now you always got to be aware of Matt Jones running it.
He wants to, and a wide open field to take up field. 30, 35. Jones is still going. And finally caught from behind at the South Carolina 42-yard line by Marcus Lawrence.
And as I said, what you have to do, you have to watch the quarterback now. They produce containment because he comes in there. Once he gets inside, Matt Jones sees it. You see him pointing downfield saying, you take him. He's got great speed, but it's very deceptive. He's got a real long stride. Again, watch the backside containment, falls down inside. Jones sees it, starts pointing, picks up yards. He's fearless. He's 6'6". He probably runs about a 4.4. I mean, it is incredible. Nobody catches him from behind.
They'll give him 36 yards there. Here's another running play, and this time a big hole up the middle for Howard. And he's tripped up and dropped. And I don't know if he got the first down or not, but almost down to the South Carolina 33-yard line.
When I like Howard when he explodes through there, he's got good vision into the hole. When he sees it, just darts through there. He doesn't need much of a hole. He just needs a good stalemate on those defensive players, and he will find that seam and break through.
2nd and inches, and this is an offensive coordinator's dream play here.
Absolutely. This is where you can fake it and go long if you want.
Jones with 2 receivers to the top of your screen, 1 down at the bottom. Well, they'll run it. And Howard again, he's going to get himself a 1st down. Marquis Hall makes the tackle along with George Gauze. But that'll be a 1st down, fresh set of downs for the Razorbacks. We're at 7, just past the midway point of the 1st quarter on a marvelous day in Columbia. The weather a little chilly last night, but about 61, 62 degrees today.
Not a cloud in the sky, just beautiful. Boy, when those Jets came over, I saw you wince. Oh, man.
Big flyover as the teams were being introduced. Peyton Ellis and Decory Birmingham will now line up on each side of Matt Jones, who'll work out of the shotgun. This is 1st and 10. And Jones with the option. He'll keep it. And he's got 5. He's got 6. Down to the 24-yard line. The freshman Coach Simpson finally brought him down.
Boy, and Wilson had great containment on him. Number 11 had containment. He kept him inside, and you'll see, watch this from the left-hand side. Watch number 11. He's right here. He gets outside. Now, he's got him, right? He just steps, and look how he runs right on by him. And you see Wilson out there having to dive for him. Simpson, number 10, has to come up and help. Just got such deceptive speed.
Jones has 3 carries so far in the going, 45 yards. 2nd and 5. Backs are in the eye, but Jones wants to put this one up. He's got time and throws, and he finds his receiver, Marcus Monk, over on the the Arkansas sideline at the 12-yard line.
And Bill, that's what gives South Carolina will give them fits today, because if you sit back and try to cover, don't put pressure on Matt Jones. He's got a great touch. I mean, he's a big, strong quarterback. Nice touch. So Rick Minner, the defensive coordinator, has to decide, when do you come with pressure? When do you sit back and try to cover? I thought South Carolina, in their talks with us, they said, we're going to let him have those 6-7-yard dunks all day long. We're just not going to let him get behind us.
Here's the 8th play of this drive for the Razorbacks. 1st and 10 at the South Carolina 12, and it's a running play to Howard. He gets a couple down to the 10-yard line. Matt Jones, obviously senior year, doesn't know what it's like to lose to South Carolina. It's never happened for him.
Yeah.
And that included his freshman year where he actually caught a couple of passes as a freshman in their win. We got a flag on the play.
Yeah, that flag was thrown late in there.
And it's going against Arkansas.
Well, this has not been a picture-perfect half start of the ball game for Houston Nutt's offense. Inadvertent whistle cost him possibly a score. Now you make those little tiny flinches down in that red zone. He doesn't like that.
And where South Carolina has been very poor in the red zone.
Formation on the offense. Only 6 men on the line of scrimmage. Still first down.
Arkansas, on the other hand, has been very good in the red zone, and a lot of that can be attributed to the career of Matt Jones. There's the SEC record rushing for quarterback, and that does not include what he's done today. And here he is out of the shotgun, and it's a running play again to Howard. And Howard tries to bull his way, and he's finally pushed back. Maybe got to the 11-yard line.
And Bill, you talk about Matt Jones and his running ability. Remember, they had the off week this past week. So Matt Jones did not run a play for the entire week. He just took the whole week off. Houston Nutt just said he's had a groin injury. He said, I just wanted to rest him, see if he can just kind of get back to normal. That run he just made looks like he's back to normal.
Yeah, groin and hamstring problems for Matt Jones, but they did have the off week, much to the chagrin of Lou Holtz.
Yeah. Comes an audible on the line. You see, when you walk up, that's what you do. You yell out what the audible is.
Second and 9 and a big pitch. They snapped it right to the running back who takes it. That's Peyton Hillis down to the 7-8 yard line. Hurley and Gauze make the stop for South Carolina.
Now look at that. You see the switch right there. The quarterback is actually standing next to the running back, and they snap it right straight to the running back and use Jones, just flash him out of that backfield, hoping that if you'll bring the linebackers, they'll read the quarterback coming out strong side and go with him.
Arkansas 1 of 2 on third down conversions. They can get a first down without scoring a touchdown. They have to get just inside the 2-yard line.
Here comes some pressure.
And he feels it. He's going to run. Can they make a play defensively? No. And Jones with a great run to the right pylon and a touchdown for Arkansas. Jameisha Jackson had a shot at him, grabbed him, did everything he could, but Jones took it to the house anyway.
Well, you could read the pressure. They elected to bring pressure on him, and it gets him out of the pocket. And watch what he does. He sees the pressure coming there now. Just sees that little dart. You're not going to arm tackle him. Gets a good stiff arm in there. Just push him and ride him on out. That's against Jackson, the defensive back. And Matt Jones goes in for a score. He is so dangerous when you get him out of the pocket. He's one of those ones you want to say, hey, let him sit back there and pass. We got a better shot.
Balsero for the extra point, and this is good.
Ooh, look, Deer Prilosec OTC guys.
Sideline, and another fair catch made. This time Corey Boyd is over there, so obviously South Carolina adjusting a little bit because Brownlee, the tight end, had been over there a couple of times. That successful drive means another $500 to the SEC's education initiative, courtesy of Safe Auto Insurance Company. Call 1-800-SAFE-AUTO and you too can be a successful driver.
Look at that hat that he's wearing. Probably got a little bit of cold ice in there. He said, hey, I've been doing all the running on this play, on this last series. And he really ran well. You can't flush him out. I'll talk a little bit about rush lanes a little bit as we get into it, but you have a lane that you have got to stay in. 2 ends are upfield, 2 tackles run up the middle, and you've got to keep equal distance. That way you don't let the quarterback run it out.
Jenkins rolling and scrambling, and he's going to take it himself. Good cutback move. He's already to the 40. Another cut left at the 50. Nice running by Dondrell Pinkins. Finally, Robinson makes the play. 24-yard scramble by the quarterback.
Oh, good blocks here, good up front, but a lot of effort by Pinkins. Sees that pressure, now comes up here. Now, once he puts that football away right here, he says, hey, I can run like Matt Jones. Gets a good block downfield. You see a good block coming up there, Corey Boyd, the fullback. got a good block. So Pinkin's taking a little lesson from Matt Jones.
Well, got 2 rushes for him today, 26 yards. And the Razorback 49, they'll run it this time, and he runs into his own lineman pulling over that way. That was Summers. Harrison makes the tackle.
Yeah, Arkansas runs so well to the football. They don't get knocked down. They slide along the line. You see Harrison. He's got great speed. Marcus Harrison, just a freshman at 285, but he runs like a less than a 5 flat 40. So he is really moving to the ball. Don't get knocked down. Slide, 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 and eventually you'll get there.
And they've been a kind of a bend, don't break defense. Yeah. Gave up 513 yards to Georgia, but only 20 points. Quick out to Williamson. Shoestring catch. No, it was not. Short hop, the ball must have touched the ground. They're saying it's incomplete.
Boy, did he have the separation from the defensive back. And Lou Holtz knows it. He's going to just throw the ball where he can catch it, because Williamson had come off the ball. He had come off the ball. You'll see it to the right of your screen. Watch where the defensive corner, look how far back he is. He probably was 7-8 yards. Now you give Williamson that kind of speed and separation, and he is going to flat out take it. That was Vanette that was in the coverage, number 4.
Well, what they did there was they ruled it a complete pass, but his knee had to touch the ground. So it's a real short game.
Big down here. There goes that 5 wide spread.
3rd down. Plenty of time. And the throw, and it's caught, and it's Corey Boyd. Nice move, left, right, gets the first down and a couple more. Oh, a great effort by Corey Boyd, who was about a yard shy originally of getting the first down.
He does 2 great things on the play. First of all, he catches the ball. He's going to be coming over here and catches the football. There he is. See him coming to the screen? Now, throw it to him. Now, watch what he does. He sees the marker. He says, hey, I've got to get up here. I got to get that first down, and he gets the yardage. Heads up play. Woods in there on the tackle.
10 yards, first down. From the Arkansas 37, this is a straight handoff, and there's nothing doing that time for Demetrius Summers, who had 95 against Tennessee last week. But Davey's been kind of an enigma here. This kid was a great high school player. A lot of things expected of him. He's had some nagging injury problems, and it just hasn't worked out so far.
Well, you know, it's a lot different when a running back or a wide receiver, a quarterback, those what they call the skill positions, get those nicks, because they're like thoroughbreds. It takes a lot of time off them. When you're a big old defensive lineman, you tape it up and wallow out there. So it's a lot different when those thoroughbreds get the injury.
And nobody cares.
That's right. I played injured for 13 years.
Lost a yard, so 2nd and 11, and a nice pass and catch by Brownlee, the tight end. Maybe shy of the first down, but near the 30-yard line in Arkansas territory. 14-7, Arkansas on top of South Carolina. We're in the final minute of our very interesting first quarter.
This has been a good quarter for South Carolina. They haven't panicked. They had a couple things go wrong against them. They've stayed with their offense. If you're for Arkansas, you're saying, hey, we need the defense to make a stop in here, make a stand, because Matt Jones has been stellar. Big down here. See how he spreads them? He's got them spread all over the place. 5 wideouts.
It's a quick out to his running back, Summers, trying to fight for the first down, and I think he got. Let's see where they knocked him out of bounds. Had to get to the just inside the 27-yard line. Robinson on defense for Arkansas. And they're actually going to stop the clock here for a second and look and see if it's a first down, and yes, it is. So a couple of good efforts to get first downs on this drive for the Gamecock offense.
Yeah, Lou Holtz was pretty emphatic yesterday, saying when we went to that spread, nobody could stay with us last week.
So some excitement here in Columbia after 15 minutes and a long way to go. We'll go to the second quarter with the score: Arkansas 14, South Carolina 7.
You were drinking Gunji water, trying to blow my head. Rubber-dealing woman, stop and lay my money down. Well, if you don't stop it, babe.
Second quarter about to begin here in Columbia, and there's our score. Arkansas getting a interception for a score, and then Matt Jones ran for one. Pinkins has run one for South Carolina. They're going to run a reverse, and is this going to be a pass? No. Running back Summers is going to keep it. Breaks a tackle. Still going. Inside the 10. Still going. Still fighting down the 5-yard line. What an incredible run by Demetrius Summers. Looked for a second, Dave, like he wanted to put it in the air, but he kept it on the ground and made a big play.
Watch the little toss here. Now there's Summers. Pinkins gets in here. You see Pinkins get in there, get a little block. Summers runs through a tackle. Now he refuses to go down. Talked about him being a streak runner. He just refuses. They were trying to rip the football out. Bennett, number 4, was trying to rip that football out. But Summers, they wanted him to get that fast start. I believe he's got it, Bill.
Yeah, a little boo birds in the crowd when he was introduced today, but they're all cheering now. First and goal inside the 7, and here's Turman. Turman down to the 2-yard line. Dacus Turman, a junior out of Washington, Georgia.
Well, that was a good run by Turman. What he did is he was going to go weak side to like the 4 or 5 hole to the outside left. He saw back underneath, and he cut back underneath inside that little gap, found backside seam, and picked up 3-4 yards on the play.
10th play coming up for South Carolina. Second down and goal at the 3-yard line of Arkansas, trying to tie this game up. Can they be successful in the red zone for the second consecutive time in the first half? Quick hitter up the middle. Turman fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown. Ran right over Mikel Vaughn.
That's what great teams do. They go back to the person that's hot. Turman ran that last one. He found that seam, picked up 3-4 hard yards. What do? You go right back to him. Again, go right back to him. He's going to find that. Watch when he gets hit right there on the 2-yard line. You're not going to deny him. Just puts his head down, runs over top of Vaughn.
Josh Brown will try to tie this football game up.
What do we say about it? If you like offense, you'll love this game.
So far, so good. Well, we've had a lot of excitement, and we're just into the second quarter. South Carolina ties the game up at 14.
Michael.
14 apiece here in Columbia early in the second quarter. Let's take a look at our Gatorade first quarter stats. And if you're a statistician in this one, you will be worn out by the time it's over. And you can see not many passing yards for Arkansas. And the one stat you don't see on there, the interception returned for a touchdown early, which got Arkansas on the board first.
Exactly. But both teams playing exceptionally well. Hard-fought game. That's why the score is 14-14.
Here's Birmingham returning the football for Arkansas. And a nice tackle up at the 23-yard line by Rodriguez Wilson. Let's go back down on the sidelines to Jen.
Guys, South Carolina's been able to answer every time Arkansas has scored in this game. Now it's Arkansas's turn. That, of course, will fall on the shoulders of Matt Jones. And let me tell you, he's been able to hurt this South Carolina team both on the football field and on the basketball court. And before the game, South Carolina baseball coach Ray Tanner came over to me and he said, you know what? I'm just glad he doesn't play baseball. But I don't think Tanner's got too much to worry about. Gamecocks are the reigning SEC tournament champs in baseball, and they've been to the College World Series the past 3 straight years.
Birmingham and Kennedy in the backfield behind Matt Jones. Let's see what's up his sleeve on this first down call from his own 23-yard line. Well, he's going to put it up. Slings it deep downfield. It's a jump ball tipped in the air and almost caught. Tremaine Tyler got in the way of the pass. He tipped it, intended for Chris Baker, the sophomore.
This is just a post pattern. Just come down here, and Taylor is playing him man for man. You see him right there, 23 now. He's got to get in front of him. And look what he does. He gets in front of him by just slowing down, using that arm extension. Don't put your hands on top of Baker. And he did an excellent job. That's great coverage by a corner running one-on-one.
So shotgun formation now for the Razorbacks at second down and 10, but they're going to run the football to Hillis. And he doesn't get much there, up to the 26, maybe the 27-yard line. Hurley get on the tackle for South Carolina. This is the 13th meeting between these two schools, and Arkansas leads the series 8-4, but they've really dominated things the last, they've won 5 of the last 6, including 3 in a row. And Lou Holtz, as he paces the sideline, knows he needs one more to get in the bowl game. But There's the third down numbers, 2 or 3.
Now they worry about Matt Jones running the football. Oh!
Cedric Washington could not catch the ball. Tyler popped him as the ball got there. Another good defensive play by the secondary of the Gamecocks.
Boy, Tyler does a good job. He gets his hat on the ball, out in the flat, and watch Tyler 23 come in. Watch him come in right there. You see how he gets that hat right in there on the ball and just knocks the ball away from Washington. Good job, heads-up play. Boy, that's a plus when you go to grading him on Monday. When you get in that defensive meeting and the coach says, now let me show you how you hit.
So Jones is just 2 of 6 throwing the football today for 16 yards. Whiteside is back deep. There he is for South Carolina.
And South Carolina should get good field position by their defense holding here.
This is Davis with the kick. Let it go, and it actually goes upfield. So it takes a bit of a South Carolina bounce. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. .43 yards on the punt. Here's a look at the SEC East standings, and there you can see the tie between Tennessee and Georgia, but Tennessee has already beaten the Bulldogs. South Carolina 5-3 overall, and that's the important record for them right now. One more win to become bowl eligible. First and 10. Gamecocks, they start at their 31-yard line. All tied at 14. Option play, and Dinkins going to keep the football. Ends upfield. Nice run across the 40 to the 41, and finally brought down by Marcus Harrison.
Bill, I want to tell you, this is Skip Holt's offense. Now, I know that Skip Holtz is no longer the offensive coordinator. Lou Holtz, his father, is. But this is Skip Holt's offense. Spread them out. Make him go in those one-on-one situations. Use Dinkins, use his leg, a lot of fake, a lot of movement, getting him out there, and it's working. When they found that out last week, when they played in that fourth quarter, and they moved the ball for 230 yards Dinkins had passing, I can tell you they found themselves an offense.
Got a penalty here. Let's see what it is.
After the play, dead ball, personal foul, number 5 of the defense. Dead ball, personal foul, number 37 of the offense. Those penalties offset. Second out.
So why even throw the flag? Say, guys, forget about it. Closed captioning for SEC football provided by Nissan and your Nissan dealers. There you go again. You got 2nd and 1. A little over a yard needed for a first down. So plenty of options here. And they'll use it. Andrell Pinkins out of the shotgun. Again, he's going to keep it. And that time defensed very well by Marcus Harrison and a host of other white jerseys to stop Pinkins. That's good enough for a first down. He got 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, what happens on the play is it's a misdirection play coming back against the grain. And Pinkins, if he reads the outside backer coming down inside, he takes the ball out, keeps it, and comes around. That time the outside backer had position, and Pinkins still pulled it out, but they were able to get that first down.
Quick out to Williamson, and that'll be another first down as South Carolina gets it into Arkansas territory. Marcus Whitmore in on the tackle for the Razorbacks.
Boy, I'll tell you one thing. Williamson puts such pressure on a corner because if you stay too far back too often, you keep that separation, he'll catch that ball and he'll juke in, he'll take off. If you come up on him, he can beat you deep. So it just puts so much pressure for that corner. What do? Cover him deep? Hopefully you're in cover 2. And you got that down, that safety peeling off, coming down and helping you deep.
12 yards on that pass play, and again, he's rolling out and scrambling, and not much there. Just able to get back to the line of scrimmage as Jeb Huckabee makes the tackle. Well, we've got another game going on between Georgia and Kentucky. You can see the Bulldogs getting on the board. I'll tell you what, that tight end has been making plays for them. Yeah. And they lead 10-0 in the second quarter. He had a couple touchdowns last week.
Yeah. Well, he's a big target. Big target.
But Hope is his name?
Yeah.
2nd and 10 for the Gamecocks. Well, you saw quarterback draw all the way there, and a nice bit of running by Andrell Pinkins. And he gets it to the Arkansas 38-yard line. Desmond Sims in on the tackle for the Razorbacks.
Now what Pinkins is hoping here, you can see this is it's not a pass. He's just waiting for his lineman to turn the defensive line around. Picks up 5-6 yards on the play. It's designed all the way. Spread them out. You get that seam. And Pinkins, we talked about his size being 245 pounds. He runs like a fullback. Here comes pressure. Look at the number of guys on the line.
And he sees it, runs the option, and here's a quick pitch outside, but not much running room for Summers. Good defense there, and they stop him for a loss on the play back to the 39-yard line. Kevin Woods, among others, in on the tackle.
Well, we talked about Arkansas speed to the ball. Look at the number of red shirts. Look at them all running out to the ball, getting out there, getting out there, getting out there. More help. That's why they play good defense at Arkansas. They move to the ball. They've got this thing called, it's like a rally cry, code red, and they come hard after you.
Joey Bowers will punt. It's a low liner down the middle of the field, takes a bounce and goes into the end zone. He tried to get it down inside that 5-yard line, but the ball will come out after a 39-yard punt. So Arkansas ball when we come back. We're all tied. Back after a word from your local stations.
Provided by Gear for Sports, official supplier of SEC championship merchandise, as well as quality sportswear, available at your favorite campus bookstore.
1st and 10 Arkansas in a tie ball game here in Columbia, and it's a big running play around the right side. A late flag as Howard gets the yardage for the Razorbacks. However, usually in this type of situation might have a hold.
I don't doubt any hold on that. I think it was Jared Hicks, the tight end, number 86, who held George Gauss, number 99. I think that's what you're going to hear.
Holding on the offense, number 86. It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
It's hard to miss that one. I mean, he just tackled George Gauss. He's a tight end. He's coming down on that little ankle block, and he just flat out just tackled him. But you don't get away with them too often.
And Jones now will have to work from his 11-yard line. 1st down and 20, and you can see the penalty yards. But the one thing you don't see there, how many inadvertent whistles have there been today? One big one. Matt Jones, quick out. Man, that is caught, but a nice play by Fred Bennett. Marcus Monk hauled it in, and he's a big target to throw to. 6'6", 225. But Bennett able to make the play there.
Well, I really like the aggressive play of Fred Bennett, number 8. Catch the ball there, and you see how quickly number 8's on him. That's the coverage. That's that separation that you need. You need to be able, as soon as that ball's thrown, you react to it, you come up, you smack him down. And Fred Bennett, they love his. He says he's very talented, but he's very aggressive as a corner.
2nd and 12, and they run a draw play to the Corey Birmingham, and he is up across the 25. 2 flags, 3. How many more? I see 4. 4 flags.
Golly.
4 flags as Birmingham had a big run shy of a 1st down. And did they all see the same face mask? I guess that would be correct.
Yeah, everybody saw the same thing.
An incidental face mask, number 48 of the defense. That's a 5-yard penalty, results in a 1st down.
Well, they call it on Lance Laurie. But a 5-yard, but that gives him enough for a 1st down.
Well, that incidental face mask just means that the hand went up on the mask. He didn't use it to tackle him with. That's the big one, 15.
Flags again. Huh.
Flag day. I think that's movement on the offense. I thought I saw the right guard move.
Prior to the snap, false start, 78 of the offense, 5-yard penalty,
Boy,
still
I don't
1st
miss
down.
much, do I?
Oh, you're right. You're all over it. It's a pretty good eye.
There he is right there. You see number 78 right there? He's the one that moved.
That's Gene Perry. This is offensive line. Now, Perry is working with his 3rd right tackle in the past few weeks after the loss of Zach Tubbs. Matt Gilbo got a shot. Now you got Robert Felton over there. And Sometimes it's nice to have continuity. I'm surprised we don't have more flags than we do. Here's a big play for Howard around the left side, and he takes it across the 35 to the 37. South Carolina might have jumped.
They did. They jumped into the neutral zone. I know what that's like. I've had that happen. One time I started a game, first 3 plays, I jumped off sides twice, and then the center held me on the third. And John Madden said, well, at least you evened it up. But you just get used to on that cadence, that sound. Linemen are told, do not go on sound. You go on ball movement. South Carolina just went on sound. And quarterbacks, they get in that tendency, that same rhythm, you know, hut, 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 and all of a sudden they come out hut, hut, and they really emphasize it, and it pulls you offside.
And there were certain quarterbacks, as you watch them develop into the pros, who become very good at the cadence.
Yeah, exactly, because they use it for so long, and when they need it, they're saving it. It's like in their back pocket, and all of a sudden they go, okay, guys, listen, hard count. They come out there, and they emphasize that count and draw them off sides. Long discussion here.
Well, I'll tell you, this game has gone into a crawl here with all the flags we've had.
We have 2 fouls on the play. Offsides, number 56 of the defense. That penalty's declined. Incidental face mask on the defense, number 46. That penalty will be enforced from the end of the run. Still first down.
Lou Holtz. You know, you coach X's and O's with these penalties. This is discipline, and sometimes maybe trying a little bit too hard.
And Lou Holtz is the discipline master. I mean, he has these guys, as Jen showed us, that Bible that they follow. I mean, they have everything dictated the entire year in that book, what they're going to do.
1st and 1. And this time it's Howard again, and he has the first down up near the 44-yard line. Tied at 14, halfway through the second quarter. And I guess Jen has a guest on the sidelines. Hey, Jen, who is it?
Well, I'm standing here with the Hawk. Alec Hawkins played for South Carolina 1956 to 58 as a running back, 9 years in the NFL. And boy, my favorite thing about you is you've got some great stories. Now what's this about Captain Who?
Well, when I was with the Colts, they just started this special teams captain thing, and the captains were Johnny Unitas and Gino Marchetti, 2 Hall of Famers, and nobody, even my teammates, knew who I was. So Don Shula said, I'm making you a captain. And I said, you don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. He said, you're either going to do it or you're not going to be in the ball club. I said, you wit, yet another argument. So I was embarrassed, but I was going out in the first game that was announced. They said, the officials came to the sideline to get the captains. He said, hey, Gino, hey, John, Captain Who? And it went on for the entire year.
The name just stuck, huh? Okay, well, now, I know you're known for storytelling, but you're known for cooking now, too. Tell me about this thing.
My wife, Charlie's the cook. I just tell some short bios on some of the more notable Carolina players going back about 50 years. And I know nothing about cooking at all. In fact, I have to have a recipe to make ice.
Well, I tell you what, your stories are worth it. His wife, Charlie, she can cook. I've had some of the cake that's in this book. You should try it. Thanks a lot, Alec. Let's go back to you, Bill.
All right, Jen, and I'm sure if he's writing about characters, there's probably about 3 or 4 chapters on him.
Yep. Amen about that. That is one of the real characters out there, fans.
So we've got 3rd down coming up. We've had a couple of plays. We had Jones running to the right side. Good defense by South Carolina. And a pass to Kennedy. And that sets up a 3rd down 3 from the South Carolina 48-yard line. We got Jones working shotgun. And the fans here at Williams-Brice urging the defense on. Another running play, and the defense answers the call. Howard carried, Gauze on the stop, and that'll make it 4th down.
And the reason this defense works, it's a Rick Minter defense. He slides and he uses his backers well. The linemen are sliding this way. You see good backside containment there. Force it inside. You bring your backers. They come right along there. Laurie comes in there, just scrapes off on the inside. George Gauze is the one that turned it back in. It works out real well. And for Rick Minter, that's a plus. He says that he doesn't want to get his defensive players at a disadvantage. He said, we're not as big as the offensive linemen that we're going to play against.
Well, looky here, 4th down from just on the Carolina side of midfield, and Arkansas is going for it. And Matt Jones looks at the play clock and says, I better call a timeout.
Yeah, that play clock was down to about 4 seconds. He had to call timeout.
Well, we'll find out if they really do go for it on 4th down, or maybe the punting unit comes on. All tied at 14 here in Columbia.
And do you?
For the 9th time, or 10th time, I should say, this year, 10th time, Arkansas going for it on 4th down. 4th and a little less than 2. Keeper by the quarterback and a 1st down. Matt Jones, and you might as well give it to the money guy, and he's the man who's going to get the yardage. And Jones with a keeper and a 1st down. 4th down conversion for Arkansas.
Yeah, a little fake to the left and then come back here. I thought he had a toss action, but he just saw what the 1st down yardage was. Again, little fake right there. Now, just get that 1st down yardage. He sees the backside. It's not as strong. And he gets that 1st down, a heads-up play. What a chance, though. If you don't make it, I mean, you're talking about giving South Carolina the ball at midfield.
6 rushes for Matt Jones today, 62 yards. Play action fake here, and the toss and the catch. And it's the freshman Marcus Monk on the receiving end at the 36-yard line. About 3 shy of a 1st down. Where's our other game today? Georgia tacking on 3 more and leading the Wildcats in Kentucky.
I was just going to mention that I am really looking forward to watching the career of Marcus Monk. I mean, we're talking about a young man that can flat out go down there. He's 6'6", 225. You know he's going to get stronger. He's got great strength, fantastic basketball player. Arkansas's got a winner in him.
DeCorey Birmingham trying to go off right tackle. Excuse me, this is Hillis, number 22. Now Hillis, here's a guy, 3 broken bones in his back a few weeks ago. Ouch.
Ouch, it's right.
And he's back playing. Back playing.
Number 22's tough. He says, hey. Well, you know what? These guys just love the game. I mean, that's what college athletics is all about. You love the game. You don't go to the sideline for a hangnail like they do at another level. I'm sorry about that. It's a different game from when I played.
1st and 10, and again a running play. And a late flag on the play. Howard carries.
Oh, and that's on the backside. That is going to drive Houston Nutt crazy. It looks like it's going to be backside holding. Might have been Stephen Parker, 74, on the backside. You're trying to scoop and get that person over the center, get the offside lineman, and sometimes you dive out and grab them. Okay, there's Houston Nutt. What? I think it might be 74. That's my old number. I just hate to call a penalty on that one. Gosh, let it be anybody but 74. Stephen, I don't want it to be you.
On the
Look, he even
offense, number
pointed
78.
himself.
It's 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st down.
Okay, I didn't hear the number. Maybe it wasn't 74. Ah, good. It wasn't 74. It was 78. Gene Perry.
All the way back to the 42-yard line. 1st down 20. 6 penalties against the Razorbacks for 50 yards. 5-0.
And this is where Matt Jones is so dangerous.
Feeling some heat. Down the middle of the field, and it's caught. This is Monk, and he's finally dragged down. And I think forward progress down around the 17-yard line. Jackson makes the tackle. What an interesting throw by Matt Jones. It's not the kind of an unorthodox swing with that arm.
It is. He was going to run with the football, and all of a sudden he saw Monk come out there. And you see how tall Monk is? Watch Monk. He's going to be coming from left of your screen. There he is. He's going to come off here. And look at the size of him compared to the defensive backs. At 6'6". Jamesa Jackson's one of the bigger ones. He's 6'1". He was in the coverage.
Monk already now 4 receptions for 52 yards. And here's another 1st down as Arkansas is in the red zone. Out at the 17 of South Carolina. Jones scrambles. Now he throws it up, grab for the end zone, incomplete. Cedric Washington was the intended receiver.
I was going to say that Matt Jones makes it look so easy. You talk about an unorthodox throw. Again, he's going to come out here. He's going to come out. He loves this little waggle where he comes out naked. Now just sets up there. He gets a little bit of pressure. And you see how he just kind of slings that ball? That was close. I mean, it was a tough pattern across the back of the end zone to Cedric Washington. But Jones can sure make it look easy.
And there are his numbers in this game. 2nd down and 10, Arkansas. Got a blitz coming. They run it up the middle to Darius Howard. Mo Thompson in on the tackle for South Carolina.
Now this 3rd down play is where Matt Jones is most dangerous, because he loves to do a waggle where he comes out naked out of the backfield, slides out his tight end or one of the backs out of the backfield, and has that run pass option. He loves to get outside the pocket. So for South Carolina, they have got to come, and there's 2 defensive ends they've got to say, keep him inside. If he runs anywhere, make him run up the middle.
And again, the crowd here in Columbia on their feet. It's 3rd down. 16th play of the drive. Play action. Flag on the play as Jones scrambles, buys some time, and throws across the receiver, cutting across from left to right, and Fred Bennett broke it up. But there's a flag as well.
You've got to give great credit here. We're going to hear what the flag is, but give credit. It's going to be holding against Arkansas, but give credit to South Carolina. They did exactly what they had to do. Kept that backside containment. When all of a sudden, when Matt Jones
on the offense, number 66, that penalty's declined, 4th down.
But when Matt Jones came out to the weak side, he had a defensive player standing right in his face, forced him deep.
So after gambling on 4th and short up near midfield, Houston Nutt says we'll try for the 3, and this is a rare field goal try.
Yeah.
For Balsero. He's 2 of 4 this year. This is from 32, middle of the field, and it is right down the middle as he knocks the rust off his leg. So Arkansas up 17-14 with 1:42 to go here in the first half.
It was a 32-yarder.
A lot of penalties, but a nice drive nonetheless for the Razorbacks, who have regained the lead. They have never trailed. Coming up Saturday at 12:30, 11:30 Central, Ole Miss heads to Fayetteville to take on Arkansas. Both David Cutcliffe and Houston Nutt hoping to lead their teams into postseason play, so don't miss this big SEC West showdown. The Rebels and Razorbacks on the Jefferson Pilot Sports SEC Game of the Week, Saturday, 12:30 Eastern, 11:30 Central. Log on to jpsports.com, click onto the Regions Bank Road Trip Planner for the quickest routes and all the information you need traveling around the SEC. Well, plenty of time now for the Gamecocks. They'll get the ball.
I was looking down on the sideline. I saw Savell Newton warm up. But now all of a sudden Pinkins is back up there. I wonder if he kind of maybe tweaked that shoulder or maybe a wrist when he's been running the football. But he's back up throwing the football. Evidently feels pretty good.
There you see him up and throwing after Arkansas moves 65 yards. 17 plays, and they get a 32-yard field goal.
David Carlson picking off for Arkansas.
Waiting for the kick. David Carlton will do the honors, and this is a good one. This will not be returned. It's going to go through the end zone, and South Carolina will take over on their own 20. You can win a brand new Polaris ATV 500, the exceptional all-terrain pickup with twice the hauling capacity of most ATVs. The lucky winner and a guest will also join us at our final SEC football telecast of the year. For details and to register, log on to jpsports.com. Polaris, the way out. Well, let's see who's coming in at quarterback, but it's going to be Dondrell Pinkins.
Yeah, and it should be. If he's well, he's played well in this first half of football. Now, when you get in this situation here, you do not want to panic. You've just had Arkansas draw the ball or drive the ball down your throat. You saved it on a 3. Don't panic. Come right back and do what you do well.
Wanted to throw, going to run instead, and he's trying to get out of bounds and stop the clock, but he doesn't do it. He's tackled at the 20-yard line, and the fans think he got out of bounds.
Now I see Pinkins with his hand up. I thought he might have gotten hurt on that one. I looked at his right hand when he went down. You see that right hand?
Yep.
That's not how you run. You don't run with the left hand going up there.
So Savell Newton is coming in. There he is, number 13. And now South Carolina is going to have to burn a timeout here. And a good timeout by Lou Holtz because you got the quarterback coming in. The play clock was running. And on the sideline, Pinkins in quite a bit of pain.
It looks like it's that right, maybe a right wrist or something. But when he ran off, his left arm was chugging along. His right arm was just staying silent. I saw Savell Newton warm up before that series. That's why I said I thought he might go in. Pinkins is going to the sideline, maybe go to the locker room. Yeah. Now we may be able to see this on the tail end. Watch when Pinkins falls. Watch the right hand. See, he's trying to reach out there. You see the hand right there. His hand was on top of the ball. You see the defender on top of him. All that weight coming down, the hand on top of the ball. It would lead you to believe that it's probably, like I say, a wrist injury. And Bill, now for Newton, Newton's a great runner, but he's got that leg injury. He's had an ankle. He's had a lot of problems running the football. Just has not been able to get his speed. See if he's helped himself from last week. Last week he was very ineffective.
Yeah, sprained left ankle has hobbled him, and now he'll work shotgun. He's had some big games throwing the football, however. He can get it downfield. This will be a quick out to Williamson. And he takes it across the 25 to the 27. That last scoring drive for Arkansas. Pretty impressive. A number of plays. We had 17 plays. Of course, we had 900 penalties called on.
Yeah.
7.5 minutes.
It's a long drive. 17 plays.
Clock is moving. Here's a crucial third down. Newton trying to scramble. Oh, and there he goes. He's got the first down, trying to race for the sideline. He doesn't get it. Of course, the first down will stop the clock. Material Richardson with the shoestring tackle for Arkansas.
Newton, watch this speed he has to the outside. We talked about his speed. Very elusive. He's running like he's not hurt right now. You see those quick stutter steps? You don't do that when you've got a sprained ankle.
Another quick out. There's the catch. Williamson trying to make something happen, and nothing does. It's a short gain of about 3, and the fans don't like that play calling with Richardson in on the tackle. And South Carolina forced to call another timeout.
Yeah, I wouldn't like it either.
All right, 17-14 Arkansas on top, and we'll return after this message from the SEC.
Friday, December 3rd.
South Carolina has a 2nd and long coming up, but they're running out of time. Well, Jen, what's the story on Dundrell Pinkins?
Well, guys, you talked about that partially torn rotator cuff in his right throwing shoulder. He has re-aggravated that potentially. They have taken him in the locker room to see what's going on with that shoulder. We should know more after halftime.
And he hurts it trying to get out of bounds, trying to stretch, that little extra effort. And now you got 20 on the clock. You got 2nd down.
Work hard. I know what I'd do in this situation. I'd throw to number 82, Troy Williamson. Top of the field. He's got over coverage. He's got cover 2.
Newton feeling some heat, but avoids the rush. Still looking to throw. Now he'll just get rid of it. And Mikel Vaughn, his interception for a touchdown, was cruising over there trying to make another play.
Come on, quick! No, he bought a lot of time getting out of that pocket, but what happened that time is Arkansas dropped into a 2-deep zone where you've got coverage on both outsides. They know they're going to go to Williamson. So what they did is they went to 2 deep, dropped back, had great coverage to the deep corner, deep side.
Only 10 seconds remain now. It's 3rd and 7. Newton looks and throws. He's got a receiver, and he's out of bounds.
Oh, he's got time.
Oh, he's out of bounds.
Yeah.
Whiteside made the catch and almost ran over his coach.
I thought Whiteside got one of his feet down. You only have to have 1 foot down, but the official in a great position to make that call. Maybe we take a peek at his feet again. Watch when he catches the ball right there. Oh, yeah, he's out of bounds. Good call.
And now you've got you can go for it. There's 4 seconds in the half. So time for one more play. It's 4th down, and the offense is staying out for the Gamecocks. Lou Holtz says, let's heave it up one more time. Maybe we'll get a penalty.
Yeah, what a coverage, though. Arkansas has dropped into about a 35-yard deep zone.
And it's a screen over the near side to Thomas. And Thomas trying to make something happen. Well, the time has run out, that's for sure. And that's it. A lot of running east-west, but not much north-south. And Pierre Brown finishes off our first half here in Columbia. Well, the Gamecocks have only trailed one other time at halftime through the first 8 games this season, but they're down at half here by 3 by a score of 17-14. You can see Lou Holtz and company heading to the locker room, and his team fell behind right off the get-go. An interception by Vikel Vaughn on the first series for the Gamecocks put Arkansas on top, and South Carolina has been playing catch-up ever since. And when you look at the history of these teams this season, Arkansas seems to play much stronger in the second half. Down on the field to Jen.
Coach Knight, boy, this one, enough to get your blood pressure racing. What are you going to tell your team at the half?
30 more minutes. Lay everything you have out there, passion, energy. Stop making foolish mistakes. We got some penalties we deserve, and we got some we didn't deserve, but bottom line is you can't control that. You got to play, and we got to finish, and we got to play well enough to finish against a good team.
What have you seen so far that you're pleased with?
Well, we're able to run the ball, and our offense is doing a good job. We took up a lot of clock. Our offensive line's moving some lines back, and our backs are running hard.
All right, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Bill, that was Arkansas head coach Houston Nutt.
Yeah, he's you saw his numbers at halftime. Pretty darn good. Well, we've had an interesting 30 minutes. Jen will take us through halftime. Our score after 30 minutes, Arkansas 17, Carolina 14.